Warning, the following audio may contain coarse language and other materials that may not be suitable for younger audiences. Listener's discretion is advised. Also, we may spoil anything and everything, so you've been warned.
Alright, welcome back to episode 6 of Pirate Talk.
Yay!
I am one of your guest host thingy-mabob people.
You might as well be official now.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
Okay, well, but I am your official co-host, Malcolm.
Hi, I'm Bryan.
I'm Gio.
Terrin.
Guy.
All right, and that's Guy.
Yeah. So, in continuation of the last podcast, if that ever goes up, we left off basically talking about sort of old
cartoons.
Yeah, old timey cartoons that we grew up with. So we're going to continue that conversation today.
We did not mention Looney Tunes.
How did we not mention Looney Tunes?
I mean, I'm not Looney Tunes. We didn't mention Tiny Toons. Sorry.
I love Tiny Toons.
And I just thought of
We
one.
didn't talk about any of the Steven Spielberg cartoons.
Also, I thought of American Dragon.
Jake Long?
Yes, Jake
Wait,
Long.
I also thought of Sonic.
Oh god.
Wait, Western
Underground,
American,
Sonic
Western
Underground?
Dragon Jake Long, or like Chinese Dragon Jake Long?
Oh, because there's a split, right?
Oh,
At some point he's all like, I digivolved, and then he becomes a fucking shallow dragon.
Yeah,
All
that wyvern looking.
Not even that. New show budget.
oh yeah, it's like, look, we changed everything.
And I'm like, I preferred the old one. I prefer when you didn't have a budget.
I
Yeah.
prefer when you
Back when he
drawing
had the
off
awesome hair as a dragon.
Yeah.
Did they wait? Or did they lose the budget? I actually don't know.
I don't, you know what? I couldn't believe that they lost budget, but I think they gained budget.
If you told
He
me
had
that
a talking
dog,
dog, right?
Yes.
his dog talked.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he had those two
He
friends.
was a magic dog.
What the fuck?
You don't remember
Magic ass dog talking was like,
You know what?
Jake Long,
Actually,
do
no,
this.
I think it was the grandpa's dog.
I think it was just Jake from Adventure Time, now that I'm thinking about it.
Was it just
Yeah, I think it was just him.
It was
Like Jake
what's the
himself?
actor's name?
Yeah,
Like the voice?
John DiMaggio.
Yeah,
I think
it was him? Oh,
It's
wow.
that's what I'm remembering. It's a
Oh,
bulldog.
I thought you meant like actual Jake.
I'm trying to remember his.
You mean the guy from Gears of War?
Yes.
Yeah, that-
Marcus
the main
Phoenix.
character.
Or Bender.
Yeah, Bender. If you draw it, like if that's all you have to say,
Yeah.
and you know who it is.
Wait, what wasn't Jake from American Dragon Jake Long like Jake from Jake and the Neverland Pirates? Because they look the same. They have the same hair.
No,
No, man, he's Zuko.
He is Zuko.
Oh
You
yeah,
mean Rufio?
yeah,
Rufio
Avatar.
from
Yo.
Hook.
Rufio. That's it.
Oh,
Never seen Hook?
Captain
No.
Hook.
Fuck.
In Once Upon a Time, Captain Hook killed Rufio. Apparently,
What?
yeah.
Dishonor.
They just mentioned it. It's like, oh yeah, remember when I killed Rufio? Like offhandedly, and that was it.
He's like, what killed Rufio? Why?
Why?
Because he was part of and Lost Boys were assholes, and Peter Pan was like the biggest asshole of them all. He was a bad guy.
Oh.
Yeah, Peter Pan's a bad guy.
I've only seen one episode of that show, and I remember that.
All right, but anyways, all right. So I think we want to get the news out of the way first before we go any more
and
into
we
it.
are introducing our new segment, the Scurvy Update, because we all need to be updated on our daily fixins.
Ooh, Scurvy.
So we all need.
I thought we were gonna
oranges
call it
and
Devil
vitamin C
Fruit
and all
News Corner.
that. Devil Fruit News Corner?
Pirate talk.
Well, it could be vitamin C or something. I don't
Vitamin
know.
C.
Remember that episode where Nami had to shove like an ass ton of lemons in that one dude's mouth because he had scurvy? It's all this big, full of fucking lemons. It was great.
Amazing.
How big? This big. Because they can see it on the podcast, like the size of your fucking dining room table. That's how big. it can be.
Congratulations, audience. This is the first time we've mentioned pirates at all.
This is the news. Welcome to Scurvy Update, the news segment of Pirate Talk. I'm Bryan,
And I'm Gio.
and this is the news. So, Gio, how do $60 Wii U's and 3DS XL sound?
Sounds like the dream.
It is pretty much the dream. This weekend, Walmart's new price matching system, where they would match the prices of other companies, was abused after there were glitches in the Sears website where Wii U's and 3DS's were just $60.
What?
Yeah, I know, right?
That sounds like some old.
Yeah, many people took advantage of this and scammed Walmart out of a big profit right before the holiday season was about to start. I don't know, man. That's kind of messed up.
Nah, that's fucking great.
I mean, I want a $60 Wii U.
Go get it.
It's too late.
Oh.
They stopped it.
Get good.
Did you know there's still a lot of things that people haven't found in Batman Arkham City?
Isn't that game like 1,000,000 years old?
It's pretty old, but despite being 3 years old, people are still finding Easter eggs in Batman Arkham City.
Like What?
Last week, a Phantom YouTube channel uploaded a clip of Calendar Man giving a line of dialogue that no one has found since the game's release.
What? Did they just stand in front of Calendar Man and just listen like this, with their arms to their chins, thinking like a thinker?
So apparently, by setting the date back to 2004, the year Rocksteady was founded, Calendar Man talks about potential spoilers for the next Arkham game.
Wait, so they have to take it back like a decade?
About,
They
yeah.
have to take it back a decade
10
just
years.
to figure out something. I wonder what you have to say, old man.
So some guy took his PC and just made it to 2004 and found it. That guy had a lot of time on his hands.
Apparently, he also likes the Calendar Man a lot, because
Yeah.
he just stood there. I wonder what you're going to say next.
Last thought is fuck Calendar Man.
Yes.
So what are your thoughts on Midna, man?
You mean my queen?
Yeah, because apparently Hyrule Warriors fans will be pleased to hear that their favorite princess, Twilight Midna, is now playable in the game.
Oh!
Twilight Midna will be released when the game's second downloadable content pack, the Twilight Princess Pack, launches worldwide on November 27th.
Oh, sweet sarsaparilla.
So keep that date in mind. The Twilight Midna wields the Mirror of Twilight as a weapon, originally a quest item in Twilight Princess that was destroyed at the game's conclusion. Spoilers.
And also broke my heart when she disappeared.
Yeah. The Twilight Princess pack now includes new weapons, 2 new costumes, and an adventure map.
Yes!
So, if you didn't have a reason to buy Hyrule Warriors, you have more reason now.
Yes.
Speaking of your goddesses, Gio, Sentai Filmworks announced on Monday that it has licensed the 3rd season of the World God Only Knows anime, The World God Only Knows Goddess Arc.
Alright, grab your tissue box. It's going to get messy.
The company plans to release the series digitally and on home video.
Talking about tears.
Oh.
Talking about tears, son.
Oh.
You dirty-minded
I'm talking about
individuals.
Blu-ray and DVD.
More tears.
Yeah. The 3rd arc of the series brings Keima Katsuragi and Elsie on the hunt to conquer and save 6 goddesses from rogue demons of New Hell.
Man.
I know, right? It's gonna bring out the tissue boxes. It's gonna be dramatic. The World God Only Knows Goddess Arc will be released next year at March. So, are you excited for the things coming out this week, Gio?
I got my wallet, my credit card, and my tears ready.
Oh, it's gonna be expensive, man. Because coming out this week on things relevant to our interests: Smash Bros. For Wii U,
My wallet cries already. The tears.
Hatsune Miku Project Diva F2 releases. Yes. We finally get Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire.
After so many years of waiting, it's finally here.
And for those of you with next-gen systems, Grand Theft Auto 5 makes its appearance on PS4 and Xbox One.
You know, in case you didn't already have it.
Yeah. And finally, coming soon to theaters, specifically Friday, The Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1 hits theaters.
Why is there part 1? Isn't that book really short?
Kind of, but I guess they want to do the Harry Potter thing where they would split them in 2.
Oh, originally it doesn't exist? Oh,
No, not at all.
got it.
And
Alright.
that was the Scurvy Update, guys. I'm Bryan.
I'm Gio.
And back to the main segment. And weren't those news great, guys? Woo!
Yeah.
Y'all were a post.
I love that.
Sounds like it didn't happen.
It's almost as if it never happened.
Don't do this. Okay. Anyways,
So, what did you guys? Well, okay. So, let's all go back to when we were youngins,
why?
like 12 years ago.
Okay. For what?
I
Is this still
remember
about
I was the
cartoons?
boring kid. My favorite my favorite cereal was Raisin Bran. My favorite food was oatmeal.
You are very.
My favorite ice cream was vanilla.
You were old as you were young.
I read books in my free time. That
Oh.
was all I did.
Oh.
I
So
hated watching cartoons.
So you were 80 years old at the age of 10, 11,
Yes.
whatever.
He was old in his youth.
Oh, well, just remember back in the time, and do you guys remember if you guys at all had a favorite show when you were a kid?
Yeah, Looney Tunes.
Was it really Looney Tunes?
Yeah, get up in the early as fuck in the morning. We're like, Looney Tunes, yeah!
You mean like
And then
Saturday
whatever the
cartoons?
fuck else.
Yeah,
came
like,
on, so-
like, what is the thing you were most looking forward to on Saturday mornings when they actually
I
had
guess when I
cartoons?
had local television, Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man back then. Now it's
Oh,
terrible. I
it's
know
a very
that now.
bad show.
For
But
me, it was Thomas the Tank Train Engine, and then when I was older,
Fuck up.
old enough to like better things, it was Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, okay.
Dragon Ball Z was in the morning?
No, not on Saturday morning.
Oh, like,
No,
at
but like
night?
just in general.
Ah,
like,
yeah,
if
yeah.
you had a
Oh,
show you
man.
would look forward to.
What was it? All the Toonami lineup.
Yes.
I hated Thundercats though.
I love
So boring to me.
I love Thundercats.
Back in the day, Toonami was actually in the afternoons, and it had an amazing lineup of classic animes.
don't say back in the day. We're not that old.
We are.
It was 7 years ago.
7 years.
How old were you 7 years ago?
Actually, it wasn't even 7 years because we were in high school.
Young
7
as
years.
fuck.
Yeah. I was 10th
Young
grade
as
7
fuck.
years ago.
But they had
No, I was on
13, man. I was 13 7 years ago.
Well,
Toonami was off by then.
I started
that's what I mean.
Started high school when I was 13.
But we're talking about when they had like Gundam Wing and Dragon Ball Z and
Gundam
Tenchi
was my favorite of all the
Muyo.
And then they have the.
You're a mess.
I guess also like Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yu Yu Hakusho.
No, man, Duo
Roni
Maxwell,
Kenshin.
man.
See, the only
Duo
thing I
Maxwell was
remember
the
from when
greatest
I was
in the Toonami
watching
lineup.
Toonami, because I got cut off around like 2000, early 2000, late 90s.
Because you had no cable, right?
Yeah, I just had no cable for like 10 years.
I didn't have.
Yeah, I was
What
like
did you
living on the road.
miss?
I missed a lot.
He never
Okay,
got to see
okay.
the famous Jet Jackson.
Okay,
I mean, I
the
didn't
last-
either because I never had Disney Channel.
The last thing I saw was it the Frieza battle.
Christ!
You know, back then that battle was like a year.
Wait.
Jesus.
Did you
Yeah,
finish
that battle
it?
did take like a year.
Did you finish it?
He just died.
Wait, who, Frieza?
No, they both died.
Yeah,
The
so,
planet.
so to you, it just, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, that was it.
Well, okay, I'm going to be honest. The Cell Saga, if you missed it, that's okay as long as you saw everything else. It was
I don't
really
know.
good.
I love the Cell Saga.
Yeah, the Cell Saga was amazing, and so was the Buu Saga. But if you only saw up until the end of the Frieza Saga, that's fine.
You
still
got
know
to
what
miss the
know.
Garlic Jr. saga. Fuck the Garlic
You mean
Jr.
that thing
saga.
that was a
No, I
movie
saw
first
those
and then
movies.
became its own saga?
Oh my, dude, the movie's fine because it's literally just an hour, not fucking 6 weeks of. By the way, Krillin and Gohan get the shit beat out of them again.
I don't know.
You
I
missed
think.
Marin, that biggity bitch.
I don't know. I think the only thing that was cool about that was just Trunks in the Cell Saga.
Oh my
Trunks.
God.
Yeah.
I like
he was
how
the
good
coolest thing.
Gohan got.
And
honestly.
then like how Trunks got buff as fuck. Like,
Dude,
and then he got just like too overpowered, and then he
Just like, nah, dude, your muscle's too big.
No, dude. He got so overpowered that apparently a time paradox doesn't even affect him.
Yeah.
Like he stayed around.
Well, no. There was no
eventually
time.
went back.
It didn't mess with his timeline at all.
Yeah,
It was-
exactly.
it
That's
was
what I mean.
Multiple universe thing.
Okay.
They went
So it was multiple universe, not a paradox?
I remember.
No.
I remember.
It's just he changed what their timeline was going to be, but it had no effect whatsoever on his timeline.
I remember exactly when I started getting into Toonami. It was around 3rd grade because all my friends were talking about Dragon Ball Z. I was like, "What's that? I don't know what that is."
Dude, I used to think it was stupid when I was in 1st grade. And then I got cable in 3rd grade. And that's all I watched.
I remember
every
the
day.
first thing I ever saw of Dragon Ball Z. My cousin brought the Japanese version of the second Broly movie, and it was the scariest shit as a child because it's just Broly beating the shit out of 10-year-old Trunks.
Yes.
The whole movie.
And what was Gotenks doing?
Taking a piss. Literally went
Yeah.
to find a Dragon Ball, then stopped to take a piss, and you see Trunks fucking like getting his back broken, Bane style, and slamming into walls.
Didn't I think I could be wrong, but didn't Goten like pee on Brawly?
No, that was Trunks. Like when he was about to break him in half, he pissed himself and it just got on Broly's face. Broly's like, "Ugh."
Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, pissing yourself since age of 10.
The only thing I remember besides that was Sailor Moon. And
Oh,
then
really?
was it the Ronin Warriors?
Ronin Warriors.
Dude, I never
God.
saw Rolling Warriors. That was one I missed.
I saw it later on. I didn't see it as a kid.
Oh, and Reboot.
Reboot. No,
Yeah. Oh my god.
Fuck up about it. Oh my
the only
God.
one I remember, Bob and Megabyte are the only names.
If you want to talk about nostalgia, there's Reboot.
Reboot. It's like a special chapter of my childhood where like I was starting to like I loved it, and then as the year went on, I was like, this is getting dumb. This is really stupid, and then it went back to I love this.
I remember they made fun of how slow the computer was. 'Cause every time they went to this one restaurant, it just took like 1,000 years to get their freaking food.
You know what it is? I realized that that's just their budget. Their budget was just so crappy that like the whole program looked like shit.
So what, they had like fucking $2 an episode? Alright, make it look good.
Maybe they just
Try
didn't care.
Mario, I need some slow food.
Like
Fast.
they actually talked to the creators at like a panel recently, and they're like, "No, we just didn't have a lot of money.
We had like $10.
$10.
We had $10, a stick of gum, a pencil, a computer."
I just remember that guy just got like lost in time for like the longest time.
Yeah, and then
right?
they time skip.
They time
Like
skip.
one of the first few shows I remember having a time skip.
Yeah.
Dude, I was watching. I got like almost to the end of that series before I realized I'm like, oh, that big guy's the little boy from before. Okay.
Wait, so that kid just disappears for like fucking 2 episodes, come back as a fucking steroid
He's
brawler?
a man with a huge scar and
Yeah.
no right eye.
That's
and
like
They
every
just-
episode.
they just Lion
his childhood
King'd it.
friend was that super sexy hot babe that was his girlfriend.
So he Lion King'd, awesome.
Yeah.
So we came back and all was giving him those lusty eyes. I mean,
I don't
what the
remember-
fuck could list his name was?
I don't remember how it ended though. I don't.
They all died.
Did they?
No, they beat Megabyte and that was it.
Yeah,
Megabyte is who?
Megabyte was that giant blue dude with the red hair spikes in the back and the. I remember
They
exactly
were
what
all
he looks
blue
like.
except for the bitch that was green. You're telling me blue? That's the hero, the villain, and the dog.
Bob was the only one who was blue. The kid was green. The chick was green, and then the kid's friend was beige.
That kid was black.
With like green.
That kid was
hairs.
black.
They're from
Oh,
the
no, fuck.
they're from the Doug universe.
So where they don't have colors except for Doug.
Dude,
Dude, Doug was the only kid that was like not a fucking shade of the rainbow.
Yeah,
But his nose was also like 3/4 of his fucking face.
Wait, who?
Doug. Like his whole family was like an actual skin color,
And then there
everyone
was,
else was
what the fuck? Skeeter was green?
No,
he was teal.
Patty Mayonnaise had that
Or teal.
Samoan.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, she looked like a Samoan, a Jersey tan.
Wait. Let's think about the names for a second. Patty Mayonnaise.
No.
Doug Funny.
Skeeter.
Don't do it.
Skeeter Valentine.
Oh, he had a last name. I thought his name was just Skeeter.
I couldn't
Who's the
remember.
bully? The green
Roger.
bully.
Roger. God, I just remember him being green with the pointy nose and that weird.
And that
And
voice, man.
That purple rich chick was Phoebe.
I don't even remember.
Oh, I remember her.
I can't remember.
She was
Joe
so
Tyler at Beach.
snooty.
Doug's older sister was Jazzy or something like that.
Yeah,
What the fuck?
she was a beat poet.
A beat poet?
Yeah, she had the whole thing where like she would like dramatically like say things in poem, and then she would just go to her room and cry or something. Yeah, that thing going.
So she was
She
a
be-
rapper.
She was like, oh, one of those.
No,
Very
she's
dramatic.
rapper. No, you
Dramatic.
remember what was it? The Extremely Goofy movie
Yes.
where
Wow.
that girl,
That bitch?
Yeah.
With the fucking, whatever what's it called?
the beret.
Beret? That suck showed up with her dog
Yeah,
ass
that's
face,
what
and all the
Jazzy
birds were all like, yeah.
That was the one time I ever saw them acknowledge that they wore gloves.
Yeah, once he questioned it. You ever wonder why we wear gloves?
That's when every kid was all like, holy shit, they always wear gloves.
And why do we only have 4 fingers, man?
No, I'm
Dude,
saying-
what's wrong with you?
You're gonna break the fucking reality. Just, alright, movie's over.
Hey, since we're in the Disney segment, anyways, what were cool shows on the Disney Channel?
Kingdom Hearts. If it was a show, that would have.
That was not the show. That's a video game.
House of Mouse?
I loved House of Mouse.
I like House of Mouse.
Aladdin.
Aladdin was fun. No, I liked Aladdin.
No,
I liked Little Mermaid.
Aladdin was cool.
The crossover with Aladdin and Hercules.
That was
I
cool.
love that.
That's a good
Oh,
episode.
That happened?
Yeah,
that happened.
No, believe it or not,
Like Hercules
I was
showed up, he thought he kidnapped Meg, and he's like, "Hey, Hercules!" He's like, "Don't call me that."
yeah. No, I had. It's funny because I actually have the episode on here.
Oh my god.
On this computer.
Oh my God.
So I can actually show you that later.
Guess what
Didn't
we're
Mermaid
watching
do a crossover
later?
with one of them or something.
Little Mermaid did a crossover with someone. I just don't know. It
think
could have been
they did that.
Aladdin.
No, I think it was Aladdin.
I think it was Aladdin.
That shark showed up like every 4 episodes. It's like, kill that shark! Fuck that giant ass.
How did
piece of
Little
shit.
Mermaid do a crossover with Aladdin? Aladdin lives in the desert. She lives in the sea.
I don't
How would they
know.
ever
Well, think
be?
about
Slap to the
it.
dick because
They're
it's
both
fucking.
in the sea.
Wait. Flying
Oh,
carpet.
Well,
Flying
or
carpet.
maybe-
yeah, that's what I mean. Like, look, it's a magical flying carpet and a genie, and then you got mermaids
'Cause
living
in-
under a lost
In the
city.
Aladdin movie, they did go through that garden that Meg and Hercules were in when they were doing A Whole New World.
Oh yeah, they went like they flew right over that shit.
Because I know they changed the drawing style to the Hercules style when they flew through there.
There's only like 2 shows from the Disney era that I truly like still do love, and that's Darkwing Duck and Gargoyles.
Dude,
Gargoyles.
Gargoyles. I saw that fucking
What about
movie.
DuckTales?
Woo! DuckTales was amazing, but I didn't watch it as a kid. I only watched it till like later on.
You ever wonder how that dude ever dived into money?
He would die.
He fucking just springboarded headlong into fucking a tower full of just gold coins.
Yes.
That motherfucker should have cracked his head first try. Uncle Scrooge, what happened?
They make fun of that in Family Guy.
Yeah, they did.
They do.
You know what other Disney show I liked? Get a Clue.
No.
The original Disney
Wait,
Channel
wait,
movie
that's a
with
movie.
Lindsay Lohan.
Do you know?
We'll have an entire episode dedicated to Disney Channel originals because we had a night. We were planning a night of just watching those, so we can talk about that.
See,
later.
half the
Let's
movies
just
y'all
stick on
pick were
TV
annoying
shows.
as fuck. Like, oh god, I like Xenon the sequel.
Xenon Girl, 21st Century.
See, look, we're already starting. Another time, folks. But let's get back on TV shows like Kim Possible.
Kim Possible's great.
Yeah, that was like one of the best movies.
Unstoppable's great, not Kim Possible. Unstoppable was the greatest.
I love Ron.
See,
Kim's cool.
Kim
Ron
was very
Stoppable
cool.
was Ron Stoppable.
Kim,
Ron
the
was
character
the
Kim
and Rufus.
was really fucking cool. Ron was just lovable because
Ron was Deadpool, okay?
he was.
Now it is.
Yeah, in that one episode of
Oh yeah. The voice actor.
In the newest Disney
Yeah,
channels
yeah,
now,
yeah.
how it is today.
No, I love Kim
He's
Possible.
Deadpool.
Like, I wanted a Rufus like plushie just because he was adorable and he would do all that.
I'm gonna
You ever
buy
seen
you
a
a
real naked mole rat?
Yes, they're.
I'm gonna buy you a real
kinda
naked
cute.
mole rat.
They're kind of
Those
cute.
things
They are kind of cute.
those
Would
things
you keep in your
They
pocket?
look like
No,
They look like they're gonna bite you.
they look like they
no,
died.
dude. They
in
look
pocket.
like God was all. Looks like it's like God took an animal. Was like, you know, what'd be funny if I didn't let you grow hair. Damn, that's nasty as fuck. Do it.
And they have to give him slightly saggy skin.
But is he gonna eat nachos with me?
No, man. The
No.
Naco.
The
No.
Naco.
Naco.
Remember we were trying to explain that to Ryan?
Oh, you didn't get it. You didn't get it.
He was hating all of Kim Possible, and then the second I brought up Bueno Nacho, he was like, "No, we're done."
Hell no.
Bueno Nacho was an amazing idea. I don't know what he's talking about.
Like it's literally just like a really fat ass taco, and then he puts nachos in it, and then he wraps it up, looks like a fat ass burrito, and then he eats it like it's like that thing Taco Bell made, the fucking Frito burrito
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, yeah.
Except he made it bigger and a lot more satisfying, probably.
Yeah, yeah.
He let me
Pretty
get past Bueno Nacho. It was actually Duff Killigan, the Scotsman who shot exploding golf balls at
Duff Killigan, the mad golfer. Oh god, that fool was. Kim Possible had the worst villains,
Yes.
and just for the fact that they're just weird,
They're just weird.
like
But I
fucking
love
Senior,
them. They were
Senior.
and Senor Senior Junior.
Does
Ron
that
made
mean-
them villains.
Yeah.
They were normal people.
And Monkey Fist?
No, that was Ron's villain.
Is Senor
That's
Senior
right.
their names?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the name.
Senor, Senior, Senior, and Senor, Senior, Junior.
So is Senor their first? And
Yes.
Senior. Holy
Senior's
shit!
their last name. And
They should be shot on the spot. Holy crap!
and he would talk like this, Father.
And then the old guys are like, "Yes, my son. Well, we're villains."
He had a great voice, though.
Dude, the guy who did his voice.
I think it was
like,
just, wasn't it Junie's grandpa in a...
yes,
In a Spy Kids.
Spike. Yes, all of the movies.
Dude,
All of the movies.
I think, like, honestly, one of my favorite characters was Shigo.
Chico's great.
She was probably one of the more compelling villains.
She was the most sarcastic one she was the most sarcastic Disney Channel character.
And I liked her voice actor. Who was she?
That was one chick.
She looked like the chick from Good Luck Charlie.
Which
But that's
one?
not her.
I don't watch them.
She's the mom in Secret Saturdays.
Yeah, I remember that much.
Oh my god.
Dude, I didn't watch Secret Saturdays. The,
Neither
secret,
did
pretty good show. It was a
I.
pretty good show.
I just saw the crossover with Ben 10.
Ben 10.
the
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
Secret Sabados.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
But actually, there's another lineup that we can just go on and on about, and that's the kids' WB shows.
Yeah, that one is
Spider Riders? Yeah.
Oh my god! You guys remember when they had a sock as a mascot?
I remember that. And then he always sang the jingle when
Yeah.
the Christmas came by.
Or like the time where you went inside the Pokeball
yeah.
with Ash.
Yeah, and Ash got stuck in there.
Yeah.
I wonder what it's like inside
I
a Pokeball.
hated that sock. Every time it came on, I'm like, this shit better end right now.
Do you remember the kid, the WB frog?
Yes, he was cool.
That
Was
frog
he a
was my
Looney
favorite
Tune
part
or
of that
something,
shit.
or
Yes.
Is he just? I never saw him in the Looney Tunes
Remember
show.
saw that? You never saw the segment where like this guy found a frog in like an old construction site. You know that, and then like every time he was alone, the frog would just like get up, put on a top hat, and it came and be like,
Hello, my baby.
Yes,
Hello, my
yes,
baby.
I remember.
"Hello, my ragtime girl," and then like as soon as every time he tried to show it to somebody, it'd be like, the frog would be like,
Yeah.
That's
And it
like
just
me
like-
showing any like funny like video like at all times.
Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, like remember Freakazoid?
Freakazoid's amazing. It's
I
so
missed that
underrated.
show,
It's
dude.
so underrated.
That show was that was like, oh, Freakazoid's on.
So there's an epic trilogy with that: Freakazoid, Animaniacs, and Tiny Toons.
Oh my
were
gosh,
so
I
good.
loved Animaniacs
Those three
so
were
much.
back to back like all the
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
Those are the only reasons why I enjoyed being.
Okay.
a child.
And they always had the crossovers with each other.
Yeah, yeah,
And Tiny Toons.
I love the moment where like the Animaniacs were talking to Freakazoid. It's like, well, that's why Steve loves us, and they're talking about Steven Spielberg.
That's why Steve loves us. Oh, those shit.
And then Freakazoid's, no, Steve loves me.
Dude, those Animaniacs were like my
Okay.
favorite shit.
Yes.
Does
That
anybody remember any of the shows from Deke?
From what? Deke.
Oh,
What?
that was us.
Yeah, channel. That was ABC before they actually had.
Okay,
like,
the
actual-
only one I'm aware of right now is Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah, that's it.
The old one. All the way from like.
Well,
like
wasn't Cyber Chase from Deke as
Yeah,
well?
yeah.
yeah, Cyber Chase.
Cyber Chase.
Deke was infamous for like
I
trying
love
to,
that opening.
for taking like already established ideas and making their own versions of them. So they took like Ultraman and they made Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad.
Oh, so they made all the stupid shows.
Kind of, but they also made Recess.
Who?
Do you
Recess.
not remember Recess?
Oh, I hated that show.
I love Recess.
Dude, what,
I love
which
Recess.
Sonic was it that were like he had the brother and the sister? Was it Sonic Underground?
Sonic.
Yeah, Underground.
Did-
I don't know
did
how
they
that
did that one?
started.
Yeah.
That one
Well,
was
they
the
did most
good
of
one,
the Sonic
apparently.
shows.
Yeah, apparently that's a really good series. Underground out of all of them.
Actually,
No, not Underground.
Not
It was
Underground.
the
Oh,
one
I
with
thought-
Sally Acorn.
Yeah,
I
the
can't remember.
Sonic.
My
Sat
bad.
in.
Oh,
My
okay.
bad. I'm thinking about that one.
Yeah, the one where like he fought Dr. Robotnik.
And Dr.
who already took
Robotnik
over.
was actually scary in that one.
He was some ugly motherfucker with a bald ass head and a fucking big
But his
ass
voice.
mustache.
His voice was scary.
Fuck his voice. I sounded scary at 3:01 a.m.
But yeah, Deke? Wow, I haven't heard about
Wait, so they
them
made Recess? So they
long.
took a already established fact that is Recess and fucking made it into a show?
What? No.
No.
Recess was like one of their like original ideas, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah. Like,
But Recess
remember,
is great. Shut up.
like I remember watching Recess on one Saturday morning on Channel 7. Remember that?
Yeah.
Do you guys remember that? That's when,
7 had cartoons.
yeah, like that's when Pepper Ann was on it.
Oh, Pepper Ann.
come on,
Pepper Ann was the
Pepper Ann.
great, yes.
Fuck
Yeah.
Pepper Ann.
That show pissed me off. Every time she was there and opened her stupid ass redhead mouth.
No!
Oh,
I barely
they remember who did
that.
The Weekenders, right?
Yeah.
Or was that Disney?
No, you're right.
It's Disney.
Oh.
Yeah, they
That
showed
mean, it's
Channel
all Disney, but it's
Holy
Weekenders.
shit, that apparently Channel 7 had everything I hated as a kid. Fuck.
And then it also had Doug. It just had everything straight from Disney.
And Lloyd in Space.
Yeah. Yeah, it had stuff just straight from the Disney. Does anyone remember the show Atomic Betty?
Yes.
Barely.
I remember that.
I remember
show.
because Snafu Comics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, that chapter was so sad, but enough of that.
But I can't remember what channel it was.
Was it
Cartoon
Cartoon Network?
Cartoon Network.
Cartoon Network?
Yeah,
Atomic
yeah,
Betty?
yeah.
It was one of
Okay.
those cartoons that had a short life but was really fun to watch.
Like Evil Con Carne.
Walk on carne.
He was a brain inside a bear that had.
Wait, was
like,
it supposed to be like evil incarnate?
Yes.
But-
Yes. You got it.
It's supposed to be-
That's the sum of the whole
You
show.
got the joke.
Okay.
No, that
it's
is
like it's
I never
evil.
noticed it
It's
before.
evil with meat. That's what it means.
No, but it's also evil incarnate. It's evil con carne.
I speak Spanish, so that shit's a fucking hilarious ass thing.
It's also
to
a
say.
meat pun because con carne.
Evil con
with
carne.
meat. Yeah.
Y arroz con frijoles.
Yeah.
And then speaking of that, I guess we could get into Nickelodeon now, but El Tigre.
Oh, Tigre was like
The
the best
Adventures
show.
of
there.
Manny Rivera, El Tigre
I could
was
not
the
watch El
greatest.
Tigre.
That's a good show. It's
It was probably
Yeah.
the best thing they had at the time. Because what was
Not much.
right
there were
was-
not that many new shows at the
No,
time.
it wasn't because Danny Phantom was on at the same time.
Oh,
So
yeah.
the two best shows. If you bring on SpongeBob, I'm gonna get up off this chair.
SpongeBob's
Yeah,
just
you.
a
Hey man,
No,
I did.
SpongeBob.
Wait,
is
wait,
shit.
We don't need to talk
wait,
about
wait.
SpongeBob.
I did my research. The first 3 seasons of SpongeBob is amazing.
They're
It's
the best. They're
hilarious.
the ones we always
Fucking
quote.
brain off, maybe.
Exactly. But it's great. I can watch
Fuck those.
the first 3. I want the first 3 seasons because they're so funny.
Like it's like the first 5 seasons of Fairly Odd Parents. I love the first 5 seasons
Yeah,
of Fairly Odd
honestly, I
Parents.
agree with that.
And then they give him Poof, and I'm like, I like him when he's not talking.
I stopped watching it.
They're
after
still
a while.
going.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
it's still going. And
It's-
didn't he get a dog?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
Fuck
now
that.
they got like
Is that
is that a
very
talking
dark
dog?
Is the dog voiced by someone cool at least?
No, it's voiced by Mark Chang. You remember Mark Chang?
Who the
The
fuck?
alien from the Fairly Odd Parents. The alien. The alien.
Oh,
The
so
alien,
it
yeah.
talks. So it talks like a.
I wish I could imitate him because I do like his voice in some
Oh,
cases.
he talked
but-
like, dude.
Yeah.
Oh god, that fool. Okay, I get
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
we will destroy.
His name was Mark Chang. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking. Oh yeah, then he could transform into a kid, and then all the bitches were all at his dick. It was hilarious.
And then he was like, "Whoa, no!" Because he hated all things
Oh
good.
yeah, the fucking.
Yeah, that was like the
affection
alien
was
race.
his-
Okay, see, that episode was funny.
The ultimate weapon, chocolate.
Oh yeah, dude, that whole.
Not chocolate.
My favorite character of that show is Vicky, just because of her voice actor.
Vicky's cool.
I did
Delisle.
like Vicky.
Ray Delisle is an amazing voice actor.
Is she the voice of like all the crazy women in the
So,
TV?
like,
Also,
Azula.
She's Azula.
Oh yeah, she's the voice of
And
Azula.
She's Mandy too, right?
Yeah, she's also made.
Dude, I can't. Okay,
She's with
honestly,
Mandy?
no. That's gonna be an
Oh,
endless
yes.
list if we go into that one.
Ray Delisle and Tara Strong. They
She
have
does
like
so much.
They have like just hundreds of things they've
So
done.
if you put that shit in a resume, you have like 3 volumes.
You kind of, yeah.
Yeah, I don't even know
no
if she
one's
can
gonna hire you
pull
because they're not gonna want to read through volumes.
So that's why you put the biggest ones you got in that resume.
I mean,
Probably.
I don't know what her biggest things are. That's the thing. Like what?
Well,
My
like-
Little Pony.
no, Tara.
Yeah.
What? There's one.
No,
Man,
she's
two
got
Powerpuff
Raven,
Girls.
Powerpuff Girls.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah. Powerful.
And then she's got she's the verse voice of like Hello Kitty. Like that's what
Oh,
made.
She
There.
was in Rubber.
Yeah.
She was
there.
dope.
That's all she needs. Like I was always a Hello Kitty.
No, that's actually what started it all. It was
Everyone
Hello
and their mother
Kitty.
be on that shit.
I never got to see Hello Kitty like ever.
Really?
Not one episode ever. I don't even know what that show was about. What it
See,
was
I
like.
didn't either, but I just know that shit's like an established fact. Like One of my coworkers, motherfucker's like 30 years old. He loves Hello Kitty. Like, well, we were in the toothpaste aisle. I was like, "Do you have this?" I showed him like a fucking kid's toothpaste with Hello Kitty on. He's like, "Yeah, dude, I got like 5 of those things." I was like, "All right," because then like,
awesome.
Because like in the back of his car, I saw like a Hello Kitty and like the what's that? My Melody, fucking.
Dude, I have
My Melody.
Dude, no, I have My Melody, a giant big one. I went to go win it in Vegas.
Good.
I specifically went to
My
Circus
Melody
Circus
It's
to
better
get
than that other bitch that doesn't have a name.
No, you mean the greatest one of all, Kuromi?
Oh,
Fuck you,
Kuromi?
I'm forgiving you,
Kuromi.
Bryan.
Kuromi? What the fuck is that bitch?
She's the cool Hello Kitty one that I couldn't get because Brian's like, nah, don't get it yet, and then just no one sells it anymore.
Well, it was like a giant $30 stuffed animal.
Fuck it. If he wants it, let him spend money.
It's $30.
So you spend $30 on a figure.
That's
Same-
true.
You know what?
You
It
know what?
is worth.
You're right.
It is worth like $600 now, Brian.
It is not.
Look it up,
I'm
Brian.
gonna look it up later. But
Just all over that place.
But- I appreciate Hello Kitty. Hello Kitty's fine.
It was a time I thought Hello Kitty and SGG Frog were the same exact thing because I never got to see either of those.
What?
Sergeant Frog is great.
Wasn't until 12th grade when I was actually reading the manga, I'm like, oh, okay, this isn't Hello Kitty. Cool.
It's actually very lot weirder and darker than Hello Kitty.
Well, the other thing that Tara Strong was besides Hello Kitty is Dill from Rugrats. And actually, I'm curious because we have different opinions on this. What do you guys think of Rugrats? I know you don't.
I love
Rugrats.
Rugrats.
Was another one of my favorite shows.
That was
I
one of
love
my favorite
Rugrats.
shows. Watch it now; it's actually really.
It's still really good.
It's still really good.
Yeah.
Couldn't stand
And then,
that style, dude.
and then it's also kind of crazy when you listen to the parents talking. It's like, huh?
What?
That's like sometimes they
Oh,
can
yeah.
say dirty things.
Oh, yeah.
They
I
say
don't know,
dirty
Back
things.
then, they said so much dirty.
Like
They say
isn't
so
it
many
'cause,
dirty
like,
things.
The only kids were watching, and they only cared about what the kids were doing.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
so they wouldn't actually pay attention to what the people were, the parents were saying. They could be talking about like fucking later in the evening, and no one would give a fuck.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think it went to that extent, but
Yeah,
sure.
you probably did.
No, it didn't. Like
Insinuate.
Stu would have a story about making some toy and think he's gonna win, so he keeps building it, and then somehow cause and effect. It affects the Rugrats stories of imagination.
My
You know.
favorite conversation that Stu ever had was when, do you guys remember when Angelica, quote unquote, broke her foot and they had to take care of her?
Yeah.
So basically, he's making a pudding in the kitchen at like 4 a.m. and Dee Dee comes out from the, was that her name, Dee Dee?
Dee Dee.
Dee Dee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy. Picture the crazy. hair.
It's just I don't
Yeah,
know.
but she's coming down the stairs. She's like, Stu, what are you doing? It's 4 a.m. He's like, I'm making pudding. And she's like, why? And he's like, because I've lost control of my life.
No, seriously, that's an actual. We can look up that scene.
It's amazing.
I can look at that
Lost
scene.
Control of my life.
Because
Oh my god.
you've been driven insane by Angelica.
Fucking
Do you remember
Angelica.
that
Fuck
episode where
chick.
Angelica learned the curse word?
Yes.
Yes.
Like, oh, what's Miss Susie think about all of them? She thinks we're all little.
Yes! That's probably like the best one. I love it when they
Yeah,
have like
I
kids
remember.
cussing in TV shows because then the parents just lose their minds.
Because the band episode of Dexter's Lab.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
never-
they
We
had-
talked about, yeah, we talked about that last
Yeah,
time.
they have a band episode where like they were cursing.
Yeah, I put it up on Facebook.
Yeah, they were cursing, like, but like it was censored.
Hey,
It's
Mom,
supposed
get in the beaten kitchen and make me some dinner. I'm hungry.
You do that shit and she's gonna get the belt out.
Like,
Alright, son, look, time for that ass beating you never got.
You see like Dee Dee flipping off the camera at the very beginning.
Yeah, and then also, before Powerpuff Girls became Powerpuff Girls, that's what they did too. They were called the Whoop Ass Girls.
The whoop ass? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I totally watched that shit.
No, and they were
It's
cussing
called the
and
Whoop
all
Ass
that
Girls.
stuff.
That's a great segue to another great era of Cartoon Network, cartoons. So Powerpuff Girls,
The dirty shit.
Johnny Bravo, Courage the Cowardly Dog.
We didn't mention those last time.
No.
Yeah, that's right.
Dude, Courage Cowardly Dog scared the shit out of me. It still does.
That
show
is.
Dude, no, the very first episode gave me nightmares until like I
Those
think the first
fucking
year of high school.
Demon alien chickens?
Freaky
Fuck
Fred.
those things.
Freaky Fred. The Derek Busey looking
You mean
motherfucker.
the dude is all like naughty?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's the first episode you ever saw.
that.
That show is
Oh
really
my
scary,
gosh.
but it's actually really funny and it's really smart.
See, I like Eustace whenever he's all like, "You stupid dog, you made me look back," boo 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 boo. And then I like when he gets the shit beat out of him by Life.
Yeah.
Life legit just shows up at his front door, beats the shit out of him, and leaves.
It's like the only show of its own element like that.
Yeah.
Like they put kind of horror.
Yeah.
But then it's also comedy.
Billy and Mandy kind of did that, but like,
Yeah,
not to that
exactly.
extent.
But it's like
Billy Mandy
in
was
the
also
animation,
gross.
the animation wise in Billy Mandy.
Courage
was
the
still-
Cowardly Dog had an episode where zombies came to their house and they're
Yeah.
trying to resurrect his serial killer friend, his partner, from underneath their house.
See-
by pretending to be movie makers.
See, like that's the
remember
difference.
that.
That's the difference between Cali Dog and Billy and Mandy is that the things going on in Cali Dog they're actually trying to like kill you.
Yeah.
While on Billy Mandy, they could just always joke around
they
with
have
it.
Grimm next to them.
Yeah, they have Grimm.
They have the goddamn
Like,
motherfucking
all
Grim
you-
Reaper as their
No,
friend.
that's why I like Billy Mandy. I just see it more as just comedy.
Yeah, yeah.
And you got the Grim Reaper, who's
But Courage-
a slave to the little kids,
when
of
it gets to
course.
National Comics, it stops being comedy though, and it just gets really dark there.
But
It's canon as far as I'm concerned.
But Courage, like I love the balance of horror and comedy with Courage.
Yeah,
And then,
it had its own thing.
Yeah. And then the other thing that had a really good balance of action and then had some funny moments, but I think it focused more on serious storytelling was Samurai Jack.
Yes.
Samurai Jack was
Samurai Jack was-
cool, especially when he's like biting his lip and his chin got all fucking wrinkled and
No,
shit.
whenever they would cut to his eyes and he would just like make his.
It was,
like,
it was
He'd,
like all
squint
those.
his eyes
I
more.
think it was like the first or second episode where he fought the war against those beetles.
Yeah,
and he
the
just
dogs.
killed all of them.
That was
the
like
first
that was his,
episode.
Oh, yeah.
that was
The
his
first,
first
like,
job when he got
hour
sent to
thing.
the future. Yeah,
That was ridiculous.
yeah, it was ridiculous, and just how much like intense moments they put in that one battle.
I was watching. How old were we when that shit came out? Like
Oh, we were
fucking
probably around like 10,
10?
11. Yeah.
I remember watching that with my brother. And we were all just like, and then we had like, if you could see my face, people listening, you'd see the dumbest look on my face right now. But since you can't, I'm just gonna talk.
He just looks dumb.
You know, I heard was me gasping as a child. It was so much fun.
Yeah.
Just like me and my brother were just like, this was amazing.
My favorite episode is still the one where he's fighting the archers, the blind archers.
Oh
And, like, he had
yeah,
to, like,
in
actually,
the snow.
Like, yeah, and he had to
That was
like
cool.
train his eyes to.
Oh, yeah, he made himself blind
Yeah.
too.
Like, cause, and then it goes to flashbacks of how he had a similar thing back then.
Yeah.
My
That's
favorite
it.
episodes are all the ones with the Scotsman in it.
Oh, he barely.
Dude, the
remembered him.
Scotsman was so cool.
He was the funniest character.
With his wife.
And guess who that's voiced by?
Who's your first one?
It's John DiMaggio.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
More done.
it's
Oh,
John
great.
DiMaggio. Yes,
Yeah.
more Bender,
I love his voice.
but he's got the Scottish accent.
Yeah.
Remember when Samurai Jack had to go and get the other bandana and
Yes.
fight the number one?
Yes. I barely remember that, but that's a great episode. That is
That's
an
Afro
amazing
Samurai.
episode.
I remember the episode where he has to climb that castle, and then
That's
it's like
Afro
that fairy.
Samurai.
Is that Afro Samurai?
Yeah,
That's Afro Samurai.
Is it for Samurai?
Yeah.
Oh,
I never
watched.
watched
I
Samurai.
thought it was Samurai Jack.
No,
there's an episode
no,
like that.
Samurai Jack is the same thing as Afro Samurai. It's just Samurai Jack's Asian and Afro Samurai's black.
There's also
It's the same
Samuel
exact
Jackson.
thing.
It's Samuel Jackson.
There's
There's a lot more
than
races.
Samurai Jack.
I have no idea.
Well, like
I don't know about
Samurai
that.
Jack. So Samurai Jack is like I liked it, but I didn't see a lot of it as a kid. That's why I was very confused. I was like, did I miss something, or I could have sworn I seen something like that.
I know
Yeah,
that,
I don't-
like there was one where he
Get back on
where
topic.
Jack was like running.
I
through
don't
a
know
canyon.
anything about it.
That's
Well,
true.
then,
Like I remember trying to see all this Afro Samurai like on the internet, and the only thing they didn't have was the last episode. So I saw up to everything until the last episode. And I'm like,
Did they not have an ending?
What?
it's supposed to have like 6 episodes, but apparently I only could only find
No,
5.
it ended.
At 5?
Yeah. It's only 5 episodes.
Are we talking about Afro Samurai this time?
Yes.
Oh, I thought we were talking about Samurai.
Oh.
Yeah, no. Afro
the
Samurai
movie?
is
But
short.
you know what Afro Samurai didn't have? An opening done by Lil Romeo? What did have that? Static Shock.
Static Shock.
Static Shock.
oh my God,
Put a shock to your system.
we're going back to Static Shock for a
Static
third
Shock
time.
is great.
It's a great
Period.
show. That's a great
There.
show. That's a great show. I loved Virgil.
Remember when he met Green Lantern?
Yes.
Oh,
He
my
meets
God.
Green- no, he meets the
Yeah.
whole Justice League.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh right.
And then
it's Batman Beyond.
Yeah.
I remember the first
Okay,
time he
listen.
asked, "Is like, hey, where's Robin?" And then Batman actually replies saying, "Oh, he's with the Titans."
They never made the episode where he meets the Titans. They were planning that, and they're just like, "Oh, cancel."
Yeah.
Which canceled first, Teen Titans or Static Shock?
No, Static Shock.
Static
Static
Shock,
Teen Titans
definitely.
just started up with
Yeah.
Static Shock.
It was supposed to be on WB first, but then I guess they just never showed it, and then they just gave it.
Oh,
to
Teen
Network.
Titans?
Yeah.
I thought it
Because
was.
the first episode premiered. No, the first clip premiered in Kids WB.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then
Okay.
they didn't show for the longest time. I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, Cartoon Network.
Yeah.
That's so confusing.
Teen
And
Titans.
now it's Teen Titans Go.
Teen Titans, I actually
it's
really like.
hilarious.
But let's talk about the old Teen Titans though. I mean, I love that one.
That's
That was great until like the last season where it kind of went like
No,
nowhere.
it's still fine.
No,
I don't know.
let's go back further. Like back when
beginning?
Robin was by himself, because Dick Grayson is the greatest superhero ever, and he deserves his own show.
Let's
Because
not
then
do
you're gonna
this.
start talking about Damian Wayne and all of his stupidity.
No, just Dick Grayson.
Damian Wayne.
We can't talk Batman without Lewis here, guys.
Yeah, we can't do
really
that.
We're not talking about Batman. We're talking about Dick Grayson by himself, who is better than Batman.
Oh well, Lewis doesn't like Damien.
I hope
That's
Lewis
true.
hears this, and then he's just
He's-
gonna come out of the mic just no.
You are wrong, you piece of shit.
I'm gonna shoot you.
No, but no,
Strangle
back on
shit.
Teen Titans. But no, that was a good show at the time. It went on
3
It
years.
came on like during Justice League, right?
Yeah, it was on.
So it's like literally while the Justice League was happening, that's what's happening on Earth, I guess.
Starfire's home planet was called Tamaran.
Yeah.
That's a weird name.
Yeah, it was.
They were Tamaranians.
That sounds like that little candy, the tamarind balls.
Yeah.
And they speak Tamarindo.
I remember the episode where they go to her planet and remember she has to get married?
She's gonna get married to Glurgle Slack.
Girl,
Slash.
I don't
Every
know.
time her stupid ass sister said that name, she had to do this whole thing at the end.
You know what's the saddest thing of
like,
all,
breathe at
though,
the
in that
end
whole
of it.
Teen Titans series? It was like Beast Boy and Terra.
The end.
Yeah.
The end?
Yeah,
That we
like,
never
it was
fucking
the
got.
final episode. But no, like, even like the whole thing, it's like, Terra, you bitch.
Yeah,
Come on.
Well,
Yeah,
it's in the comics.
Tara's burning
Yeah.
in hell. Okay, so we just be happy about that.
No, she's not dead.
She's burning in hell. Okay, she's
not
burning
dead.
in hell.
She's in Go.
She's
No,
apparently
she-
she's a schoolgirl.
No, she is.
I guess that's hell.
Okay, no. As far as
it's
the comics go, she's burning in hell, and I'm happy.
Well, in the comics,
Okay.
she's alive.
In hell?
She's burning in hell, and I'm happy.
All right.
Okay.
Welcome have
Let's
some
just leave
issues.
it there.
No, straight up fuck Terra, dude. She's the fucking stupidest character I've ever seen in my life.
What?
She moves rocks.
Great. Let me pick up a rock and move that shit for
Well,
you
let's be
too.
fair, to you,
I didn't say that.
Slade used her like really well. Like,
Yeah,
like
and also
her power's
fucked her
broken.
in the butt.
Her power's broken as shit, man.
Oh yeah, no.
Like,
Once
yeah,
Slade
she's
got a
broken
hold
as
of her,
shit.
then she became broken.
She
Yeah,
wrecked them.
honestly,
she wrecked all of them.
Aside from Dick Grayson, Slade's like the second best character in that show.
Slade's
No.
great. And it's voiced by
Slade-
Ron Perlman, Hellboy.
Oh, okay. Oh, dude, the dude with the chin.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah,
I'm waiting for him to show up in Teen Titans Go. Like they showed a picture of him in the background one time.
You know, if he shows up in Teen Titans Go, I wonder if they'll actually call him Deathstroke this time.
No,
Oh,
probably
yeah,
not.
they
Probably
might.
not.
Well, no, here's the thing. The reason why they couldn't call him Deathstroke in the original is because of 9/11.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
Yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah,
Why?
the reason why he was called Slade, they
It
had
was
to call him by
during-
his real
it
name,
was during
Slade
the time
Wilson.
where, like, they were trying to be really like restrictive with like all that death. Like,
They had to take
stuff.
they had to take over like any mention of like death, fires, anything that related to the event. So
or just like anything that would imply.
So
it.
you couldn't talk about lighting a candle then?
Yeah, it was very.
no, seriously, you couldn't. Like
Fucking lighting a candle?
Yes. People
Like
are
a-
very butthurt about stuff.
sadly I'm doing an example of SpongeBob, but there was supposed to be a scene where Squidward gets burned on fire.
Yeah, no. It's the episode where he gets obsessed with Krabby Patties.
Oh,
he's
and
trying to break in, and there's a scene, and I remember this because I had a VHS of it, and oil gets dropped on him as a trap that I guess Mr. Krabs made for the place, and,
think it
and
was
then he's like,
SpongeBob who made that.
and then a candle came out of nowhere, and then it would light him on fire.
No, it was funny, but they had to
really
take it out because there was a reference to 9/11 apparently.
No.
Well, not just it was not that. It's just
Well,
it was
not a
weird-
reference.
Like,
it's
I
a
can
weird
understand
time.
people being fucking, like, very sensitive about it, but, like, you can't literally take everything that
I know,
fire.
but remember, you got to remember, this is like literally like Teen Titans
Months.
and that show. This was months
Months.
later. That's the thing. Like it was actually in that same year.
Months.
Months.
So, so whenever somebody was
Well,
thinking
not-
about
but like-
9/11
but
and you
not-
got a candle, they blew up.
Well, now it's fine because it's been a few years now. But like back in the day, like they were like, no, we
It's
can't.
been like 13.
Well, that's why it's fine now.
No, it's fine now. Like if they show that episode, they wanted to show fire, and they say Deathstroke, they could
They
say.
used to call Slade for a little while, and then now he's back to Deathstroke.
Well, to be fair, most people still call him Slade, even in the comics, because everybody knows
Because
his
they
name.
know him as.
Well, that's because everyone knows, like, oh, you're the hired mercenary. Yeah, of course we know.
Well, no, it's just
It's like, why do you go by Deathstroke? Everybody knows your name. Everyone and their mother. Why do you still call yourself that?
No one thinks you'll.
But I always loved Slade's voice actor. In the
I just
Teen
love
He's in
Titans.
Slade.
something else. He's in something else.
Got that
Cartoons.
Actually, I think
The
he's
voice
like,
actor.
you know what's funny? I think he's like in the more ridiculous role in some other show.
I'm trying to remember what.
Like he's like a dog or something.
He was in Pacific Rim.
I know he's in Pacific Rim, but like he was in another
Damn, these
cartoon. I
Pacific
think.
Rim jobs.
I can't remember.
Another big actor that gets a lot of play that no one knows about, and this will bring us back to like the greatest cartoon of all time.
Sam Riegel.
What?
No, not Sam Riegel. Mark Hamill, and he played the Joker.
Ah,
Batman. the
how did we not
animated
mention
series.
that? I thought you did. I thought you said you didn't want to talk about that about
But
Lewis.
Batman, but honestly, Batman the Animated Series,
Yeah.
just one of the greatest shows ever.
That was a good
Period.
show. Yeah.
It was the weirdest. Like when I was a kid, like I hated most cartoons that were on. Like Batman, I found kind of boring. Joker was still like my hands down favorite character of all the cartoons
Great.
that I'd seen.
Joker's like my favorite Batman character in general.
That's the best Joker of all time.
Like every time the Joker shows up, and like he's gonna do something really cool or say something really funny.
See, like the cool thing about Mark Hamill is that you would think that he'd only be known as like Luke Skywalker, but
He's the fucking magic monk. from
Dude, when I found out it was Luke Skywalker, it blew my mind.
yeah,
I
but
still keep forgetting.
He's
that.
got Joker on top of that, but he's also got the Fire Lord from Avatar.
Fire Lord from
Still him.
Azar.
Oh.
And then
So he shows up.
Oh,
I am the
and he skips from regular
Skips
show.
from regular show. He's got a lot of other like big.
His voice is Skips too.
Yeah.
That skips.
Wasn't he also in
looks
Birth
like
by
him.
Sleep, or was that someone else?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
a Master Ericus.
Oh, Mr. Fucktardic asshole.
So he went back to being a straight samurai monk thing. Got
That
it.
guy with a keyblade.
With
On
the
the light
keyblade.
side.
So that made him better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Better than some fucking space monk using midichlorians to do all of his work.
Okay, so is there a specific show back in the day? I know you have a lot, Gio, but is there a specific show that you just could not stand?
Oh, I could name
I'm not
like
bringing up
half
Johnny
of
Quest again.
I could name like half of the Nickelodeon's lineup.
All right,
The Smurfs.
Fuck the Smurfs. First and foremost.
I never watched
The Smurfs and the was it the Snorks?
So do you want me to name all the shows I hated as a kid?
Go on.
All right, fuck it. All Real Monsters, Rocko's
What?
Modern Life, fucking SpongeBob. I hate it.
He's naming such great shows.
Yeah, because All Real Monsters
Only
was the
the
shit.
good
People
ones.
jerked
All Real
off to that
Monsters is
shit.
great.
No, it's not. It's fucking gross, dude.
It's
nasty as
Monsters
fuck.
Inc. stole the idea from them.
Yeah, and they did it better.
No, not really.
And Totes did.
No, don't. Nah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Totes better.
Yeah, but that's like saying Luffy stole Gangnam, like Jet Gatling gun from JoJo's.
What did?
I will stab you in the throat right here.
It's a reference because fucking JoJo's is in everything everywhere.
No,
then
JoJo's cannot lay claim to punching really fast.
then-
Okay, that is not fair.
But then they take it
Can.
away from
Not.
was it Fist of the North Star?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
And-
Okay. You know what? One Piece took it from Fist of the North Star. Fuck you. I will stab you in your
So-
Spider-Man shirt.
So
Anyways.
so
Oh,
it's okay
God.
if it's from Fist of the North Star, but not
Anyways.
At least we're
I
finally.
hate Kenshiro, but not Fist of the North Star. I just don't like JoJo.
JoJo's. I don't think you. I just think you don't like really chiseled dudes that are
What
moving
what
around.
was the cartoons that you
No, 'cause
didn't
Kendra's an
like?
asshole.
You
Oh, the
know, our
cartoons,
topic.
You know what? Let's get into that. Gio, what cartoons?
No, he was listening
not
up.
I
He
was
was listening.
listening. Fucking
Oh, really?
Marcos's.
I didn't know that was
what
you
the
listening
fuck
out the
is
bat.
Rocko's Modern Life.
Rocco's Modern Life, All Real Monsters. Oh, Ren and Stimpy. I hate Ren and Stimpy.
Ren and Stimpy, I can kind of see. I mean, there's a lot of people. There's older adults that used to watch cartoons. They really like that show.
I love Ren and Stimpy.
Yeah, you brought like a fucking DVD to it in like our first period in 9th grade, and we saw Powder Toast Man. I'm like,
Man, I
do.
love Powder
Like
Toast.
the thing
not.
with it, it's like it's got that like creative stupidity though. Like
Yeah.
it took some
Ren
thought
and
to
Stimpy
make
was just nasty to me.
But dude,
Oh, I hated that animation.
it had Billy West.
We did have Billy West.
who?
Billy West was the best.
Billy
Fry.
Bob Thornton.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fry, Huber's Farnsworth, Soderbergh.
Oh, they're the same voice.
All the same voice actor.
Oh.
Here's the thing: if you get Billy West back for Futurama, he's like pretty much like
So
most
you get
of
the
all
whole
voice.
cast back.
He's also Zap Brannigan.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a, you know
I don't think
the space captain.
With no shorts.
Oh, the really creepy guy.
Yeah, the creepy guy who slept with Leela.
Fuck that. Dude.
That's the same voice actor.
On multiple occasions.
On multiple.
So,
occasions.
okay,
Yeah,
so
right?
you were on the Ren and Stimpy. What's the other ones? Is that it though?
Dude, that's all I can remember. I just really hated the really
He hates everything good. You know, Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, Phantom of the
I
Opera,
actually
Forrest Gump,
just
anything with an
thought-
Academy Award.
No, bitch. I like Phantom of the Opera. I own that shit, and I've seen like 1,004 times. I could sing the whole fucking song right now, all of them. And what the fuck was that?
Point of No Return reprise. That shit's the
Oh,
best.
God,
Okay.
I'm nut to that song.
I got a lot older shows to mention.
Oh god.
All right.
Bring it on.
All right. So does anyone remember a show called like the Bernstein Bears?
Yes. I know. I remember the books. I had.
Or were they, what were they? The Bearsteins?
No, the Bernstein Bears.
Bearstein Bears.
Bearstein
No,
Bears.
Bernstein
right?
Bears.
Bernstein?
It was Bernstein Bears.
Bernstein Bears.
Bursting Bears. So
Remember
like-
that? And then it's like remember I think like they were actually just called like Mama Bear. Or
Yeah,
something?
Mama Bear, Papa Bear, Brother Bear, and Sister Bear.
Yeah,
and then
that's
everybody else
actually
had
their name.
names.
I remember the books more than the show.
Yeah, I had all the books.
I didn't know that was a show. What the
The
fuck?
Green-Eyed Monster. I remember that one.
Yeah, my favorite book is the one with the scary tree where they go in.
Oh
Go
yeah.
inside a scary tree.
Yes, they do. It's great.
What's wrong? What's
No
inside?
Girls
the
Allowed.
tree?
Does anybody remember this cartoon where there's like a buffalo who would like recite something from like the Bible? I don't remember.
No,
Was it on Channel 12?
It's probably on PBS or some shit.
no, I don't.
Nah.
I don't remember that, but on PBS I remember Arthur. Come on.
And I said,
Okay,
He's the aardvark.
Clear this up. He's an aardvark.
He's
Okay.
an aardvark.
See,
What the fuck is it
Wow,
now?
you just cleared that up.
Probably some marsupial ass piece of shit.
wait, Arthur?
Yeah. He's an
The hell-
aardvark.
what's an aardvark?
I don't know. I've never seen it.
It's probably something from Australia or New Zealand. You know that shit.
I don't
that
think
doesn't
it's
look
Like a
prison.
chinchilla, sort of?
Prison, yeah,
It's
prison.
the first word in the dictionary.
I don't think it's a bear.
Is it
right?
aardvark?
What is it?
No,
After A.
it's like an
Right
aardvark
after
sequel.
A, it's aardvark. So they ain't no A-E words, ain't no AP
And I
words.
said,
double A.
hey.
See, I used to watch
So
it as
double
a kid,
A?
like
Yeah,
5 years old.
What the fuck?
So let's turn it back even more.
Street sharks.
No, not Street Sharks.
Street Sharks.
Are we going back to
I was
Deke?
I
Because
wasn't
that was
able,
Deke.
I'm talking like
I wasn't able to watch.
preschool. Like,
Oh,
what would you
preschool.
watch?
What are we doing? Oh, Teletubbies?
What do you mean?
No,
Blue's
Teletubbies.
Clues?
How young are you? Teletubbies was when you were preschool.
Oh man.
Oh yeah, you baby looking some bitch.
Like Blue's
I just-
Clues and like Bear in the Big Blue's House.
Blue's Clues was like elementary school for me, not preschool.
That was
Yeah.
preschool. Well,
I don't
watch
care.
it.
Blue's Clues was just endless to me.
Remember Brandon?
I loved being in that house. Then he moved to
I'm a
college.
speed racer.
Speed Racer's great.
Yeah, Speed
saw-
Racer. I grew up with that. I grew
I
up with
saw just
shows.
a bunch of like the cartoons that came out like in the 50s. So like all the Bugs Bunny stuff.
Yeah.
The Popeye.
Popeyes.
Oh, dude, I
used to
love
watch those.
watching just the old
Three
cartoons.
Stooges.
Yeah,
Space
because
Ghost.
it was on Cartoon Network in the morning. So like whenever I'd go to school, like when I was a kid, like I would just watch that before.
Yeah, I used to watch Speed Racer like every morning, like, all the time.
That's why I like Blue's Clues and stuff like and Nick Jr. stuff. I would watch because it was early on in the morning. So it's like I'd just watch it right
I
before.
watched that when I was younger, and then slowly but surely, I started realizing that I hated everything that came on at that hour.
My era of Nick Jr. ended with Dora the Explorer because
My God.
yeah, that's when I was like,
That's
yeah, I'm too
true.
old for
No,
this.
that's when it. Yeah, that's when it stopped.
Same map, and then my sister was watching it. I'm like,
What'd she
why-
say?
She like map, and I'm like,
Maggie and the Beast.
I barely remember that, but yeah, he's
Wow.
big and red polka dots.
Yeah.
you know what sucks about being the oldest? That era of childhood shows then it doesn't end until your sister grows, until your youngest sibling grows out of it. So my poor ass, fucking being 8 years older than my sister, straight up sitting there with the one TV, having her watch Bear in the Big Blue House. And I'm like,
Oh my gosh, Bear in the Blue.
and then fucking
Yeah.
Dora the Explorer, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm going to
Say
go.
back.
I hated Out of the Box.
Say it. Say backpack.
And then fuck.
PB and J Otter though.
I like
that was a good
PB&J
one for me.
Otter.
The noodle
That,
dance.
dude, I
I'll
like
lose
that
my
show.
noodle, but I ain't dancing.
That kid was such a downer. Fuck that kid. And that,
That was great.
that raccoon ass family.
Yeah.
They're otters, okay?
No,
it says in
they're-
the name.
They're
otters.
goddamn neighbors.
No, they're otters.
Oh.
They were otters.
I know that bitch. They're talking about their fucked up neighbors. You know the nightcrawler ass fucking father, the one who sleep all fucking night because he's a goddamn raccoon.
Well, that makes sense. They're nocturnal.
And then my kid's fucking his daughter that was forced awake every day. She's like always tired. Oh, do I remember?
Man, yeah, you remember a lot apparently.
Yeah.
You're a bigger fan than I am.
Specifically that one episode. I just remember seeing.
I remember like
that.
roly poly oly.
I remember.
Holy yoly, he's small and short and round.
Do you guys remember that? Do you guys remember roly poly oly?
Yes.
And then his friend was just like cubes.
Yes.
Dude, the spherical and the cube ass family, they didn't get angry. Those motherfuckers didn't know what it
Oh my
meant.
gosh,
to be
yes,
angry.
I remember
The
that.
fuck?
What is it?
Adventures of.
Adventures from the Book of Virtues. It's the one with the Mufasa-looking lion thing, and they would read from the Bible and shit.
No.
I remember that now.
Fucking-
We missed out apparently.
I don't care.
No, trust me. I
probably
you guys
don't
wouldn't even
care.
been interested at the time, but I
Yeah,
remember
they're
it being
reading shit
on.
from the Bible. I don't give two licks of dick about that shit.
No, honestly, you wouldn't even known that fact, but you
No,
know
no,
that
it's
they
like-
just
The
go
thoughts of you do
straight
not
into
reflect
the...
all the pirate talk.
Good.
The thing is, that show has a lot of nostalgia for me, but at the same time, I don't remember ever watching it unless I got an ass whooping right afterwards, because I always did. So I was always in trouble, and I was always sitting down watching that while I was waiting for the ass whooping to come.
It's like this is the only thing to be burned in my memory right before it happened.
I'm like, okay,
Can I
yeah,
see a picture of
Moses
this?
saved the
Because
truth.
I'm thinking Lion Tails or some shit like that. The fucking
Nah.
I gotta
But-
read it.
Between the lions.
yeah,
but
between the lions.
that reminds me of
Fuck that
Kimba
shit.
the White Lion.
Ah.
You mean Simba? But no,
It's Simba before Simba.
that?
Yeah.
Japan Simba, the original motherfucker.
Dude, that was in the early 80s.
I remember
or
watching
70s
Astro
probably.
Boy a lot when I was a kid. Astro Boy.
Astro Boy, yeah, that's an old one. I watched that one too.
Wasn't that supposed to be like the first anime?
Just
It's one of the first.
quick question: how the fuck old is like Adult Swim.
Adult Swim started around 1998.
Okay, that explains why I saw Fooly Cooly on the.
Dude,
on the
1998 was like Fooly Cooly,
Nope.
Trigun, Cowboy Bebop,
Dude, I saw.
Inuyasha.
You know the Firestarter episode where like just all that shit
They
goes
started
on.
bringing it back up too, Dobby.
Yeah.
I can finally
Why?
continue it.
It doesn't end.
No, now it does.
It
The
hasn't
anime has an official ending, but the manga has a different ending.
Really, the game
No,
is an ending? 'Cause
here's the
before
thing.
It just ended and they just.
Well,
It's all
the thing in the
sad.
manga and the regular TV show didn't really have much of an ending because it's like, Kagome gave a speech about like, we'll continue our quest for, searching down Naraku and then gathering the jewel star.
No, that was just the first, and then they did another anime.
No, I
about
know.
the same.
Yeah, I know. And now, the new one it's actually been out for years, but it's finally being dubbed in English.
The last arc? Is
Yeah,
that what it's
it's like Inuyasha, the final act.
Yeah, something like
So
that.
they finally get an ending. They
is it-
finally collect all the whatevers, and they beat the one motherfucker.
No, yeah, they steal Naraku and the jewel. They don't kill him. They just steal him in the jewel, and then it's all like.
But
oh,
no,
we're not-
I don't know. Stuff is coming up, so I don't know. I guess I'll let you know about
You ever
it.
seen the Firestarter episode of Fooly Cooly
Yes.
without any sound?
No.
No.
It is a
It-
trip at
it was
the
weird.
age of 11. Do not do that at the age of 11. If you see your kid watching without sound, tell them to turn that shit up because you're gonna see nothing but.
Oh my god!
Like-
but I have like
What was the
adult
episode
swim
where like
adventures.
they were all reading that perverted book and like the teacher took it from him in the middle of class and she was freaking out?
That's the one with the when his classmate like
Gets the
It's
thing
over.
come out of her fucking
yeah.
forehead.
Alright.
That was the first episode my parents actually saw with me, and they're like, "What the fuck are you watching? You're not allowed to stay up and watch this crap anymore." I'm like,
Dude, wasn't their teacher a fucking Shotokan? So like, why can't men stay all sleek and smooth before they get all hairy and shit? I'm like, bitch, what's
Alright,
wrong with you?
What is the one show like that you think you'll probably show your kids later on? Because we have. Did your parents have like a show that like, hey, you should watch this? You know?
No, my parents are old and Hispanic. They didn't know
Well,
shit
okay,
about.
well, I know,
fucking
but like,
TV.
do you have a show that you think you'll probably show your kids? I mean, besides like anime, because we're like big nerds and we're probably gonna show them. anime.
For me, it's Gravity Falls.
Gravity Falls is amazing.
Gravity Falls is a crazy and great. It's so clever.
Probably later on in their life, I'm probably gonna watch a regular show with them, just because
I'm okay with that. Hey, I'll give them laughs.
Probably Looney Tunes because I don't know. You can't.
That's
beat
classic.
Looney Tunes.
Yeah,
That's
beat
fine.
that.
Hey, you can
beat
put
that
on
shit.
like what? At least
Like-
my kids. I think just anything I watched back then. I'll put the Rugrats on.
probably South Park.
Really?
I would want them to grow up like those kids,
You want them to grow up like shit?
very aware of the world.
Are you
and how
aware they
full of
never grow
shit
up?
People are. Yeah, but still.
Like, if one of your kids ends up like Cartman, I'm gonna laugh at you every
Well,
time
actually,
I see you.
Oh my
speaking of
gosh,
Looney
I kick
Tunes,
him in the
but, like,
nuts.
Looney
Every day?
Tunes, Simpsons, anything like that, I think is
I don't know
fine.
if I'd show them Simpsons because I didn't grow up with Simpsons, so I was like,
No, I grew up with it.
Simpsons?
And
Yeah, I
you
grew
probably
up
did too, right?
Yeah, no, like
I like American Dad. I wouldn't show American Dad because I don't want them to grow up
Abel's
Republican.
taken off, and then I just
Hell no.
Simpsons for the rest of my
Yeah,
life.
right.
Simpsons is great, at
Simpsons
least up
was
to a
just-
point, but it's amazing.
what the 28th season?
Like the first 9 seasons,
Oh,
This
the
is,
first 9 seasons are great, and then
Yeah.
it's lather, rinse, repeat for the next 39.
kind of, yeah. But
Yeah.
I mean, I would show them that. I would show them like the really funny episodes of that.
Or
But
Dragon
hey,
Tales.
it's been a long running gig they've had.
No, Dragon Tales,
Fuck
bro.
Dragon Tales. You know what? You know
I
what
wish I
referenced
would
Dragon
with all
Tales
my heart to
recently?
fly with dragons in a land apart.
You remember that?
Yes.
Like I was playing Bayonetta 2 on the Wii pad, and then my dad put on Click on Netflix, and then I never actually seen or heard Click, and then I heard it's like, let's watch Dragon Tales, and I immediately had the headphones on, but I heard that, I paused my game, I turned around like, what the fuck? And you guys watching, and I'm like, hell no. I put that shit on, made it even louder, and I was like, fuck that shit.
So, in conclusion to
Are we
this
concluding?
giant rant of cartoons,
Of ass?
we're old.
Yeah.
Again, this is probably part 2. We're old again.
Yeah, this is part 2. There's just so much to talk
But we can keep
about.
going. Like, we didn't even
Like
go
these-
into detail with
We
like,
didn't
Billy
do like
and Mandy.
we didn't do like Simpsons. We didn't even like go too much into like how we feel about Family
And then
Guy.
there's still anime.
And there's still like stories.
Oh no, anime is gonna last like a year. We don't
Like,
even touch that.
Pokemon, Digimon.
Yeah, we didn't go to Digimon or Pokemon.
Different time. That's a whole
Yeah, it's gonna be a whole
gigantic
different
topic.
time.
That's a topic that's going to take like 3 fucking podcasts to go through, or just a really long one.
Also, I wanted to go into stories about how it's like, well, you know how it's like, did anyone else was not allowed to watch Adult Swim as a kid?
Yes.
I wasn't
Yeah.
allowed.
I was allowed to watch Adult Swim. I wasn't allowed to watch Street Shark because it was violent. I didn't see that at the time, but then I went back and watched it today,
Dude.
and I'm like,
Okay, I think it's like everyone's curse, but I wasn't allowed to watch Inuyasha. because mom, like a parent would, walk in on the wrong scene when they're just bathing in the springs. And it's like they're not even showing anything. It's just their backs.
I'll do you one better.
Always Sunny, my mom did that. She walked in when they were having sex underneath the pier, the two boats.
I'll do you one better because I couldn't watch it just because of the stupid title of the segment, like Adult Swim, because it said adult. They're like, no, it's for adults. I'm like, it says 14. I'm like 13. Like,
no, my mom was like that too. It's like because it literally says 14 and old. It's like, and we're only like 9. And it's like, what?
My dad tried that, but I'm like, no, it's for kids. They're just saying adult. And my dad sat down and watched like a few shows with me. He's like, all right, fine, you're not allowed to watch that one, but
yeah, I'll tell you.
I mean, the one I wanted to see. Yeah, that one.
But yeah, I'll go into more stories
like
about
my parents,
that.
like I said, my parents are old and Hispanic. They don't know shit about Adult Swim. So if I ask them, you know what Adult Swim is, like, what the fuck is that? That's what I'm gonna get.
Oh god. But just there's a lot we can go way more into detail with all this, but that's probably for another time where we have even more people that can chime into old classic things that we used to watch.
are we
all the
maybe
good shit that we didn't
Pirates
talk
next
about?
time?
No, we can
talk
stop
about-
trying to force it.
Hey, when we talk about anime, you know One Piece is gonna get slapped in there like a kid getting slapped by his mama.
No, because Brian's here. Brian's gonna shit all over it.
Yeah, it's like I don't like One Piece. Man,
That's not even true.
He's gonna jerk off
Well,
into the
because
box.
One
that is
Piece
One
is
Piece.
JoJo's. I'm gonna fucking murder you.
I don't even-
I'm gonna make sure everyone hears it happen.
Well, it looks like Brian's stuck in a pickle
I
right
guess
now.
I'm dying next episode.
Yeah,
so
I guess he's dying.
I'm signing off now. Brian, signing off.
Gio signing off.
Terrin, sign off. That's Guy signing off.
Guy signed off
That's
into.
Malcolm signing off.
All right, later, guys.
All right, well, yay!
Multiple choice of bad guys.